Hey there, welcome. My name is Katherine. Welcome to Hatha Flow. Um, I have previously been teaching gentle yoga and putting up the classes online for you all. Then I got requested to teach Hatha Flow at City Hall, but the class got canceled. So now I will just be uploading Hatha Flow classes since that's what was requested. If anyone really wants a gentle yoga every once in a while, I'm happy to do that. You can always just like leave a comment saying, please offer a gentle class, and I can upload a gentle class the next week. But today you will need a block, and we're going to start on our backs. So just have your block close by. You're going to lay flat. You're going to lay on your back and come into constructive rest pose. The knees will bend and let them rest towards each other as the feet walk a little wider than the knees. So now your inner thighs are spiraling in as you rest the thighs together. There's a sense of broadness in your low back and the back of your pelvis, hopefully. And then just take a few moments to welcome yourself to the practice. You could bring your hands to your belly and feel the belly softly expand into the hands as you inhale and exhale. Or rest your hands on your heart, whatever feels best for you right now. And we'll just take a few deep breaths together. And just acknowledging everything that came before and everything that may come after this class. And I invite you to make a promise to yourself to just stay here now best you can throughout the class with your body, with your breath, remaining open to this moment. And then place your hands on your heart if they're not already there. Welcome yourself to this practice, your whole self, just like you are right now. And then release the arms alongside the body. Walk your feet towards each other till the feet are about hips width distance apart, knees bent. We're going to come in and out of bridge. Keep your gaze on the ceiling. As you inhale, lift the hips, sweep your arms up towards the sky and then back behind you to the floor. Exhale, lower the hips, arms alongside the body. Just keep moving like that. Slowing the breath down, and I'll do a little count so we can slow that breath down. So exhale completely, return your body to the floor, and then inhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep moving at this slow pace. You could even slow it down a little further if you like. Now, you don't have to lift your hips the highest you can lift them. We're just warming up right now, tuning into our breath, tuning into our body, pressing the entire sole of the feet onto the floor as we lift those hips. Let's do this a couple more times, flowing with the breath. Last one. Excellent. Draw your right knee into your chest. Hanumanasana, sliding left leg long on the mat. Just gently hugging that right knee in. Maybe hands come to the back of the thigh. Feel your breath move. Take an inhale here. Exhale, drawing left knee into chest. Hanumanasana, second side. Just gently holding that thigh close to the chest here as you remain steady with the breath. Take an inhale here. With your exhale, draw right knee into chest. Both knees are into chest now. Drop the feet to the floor. Reach your arms out left and right. Hop your hips over to the left just an inch and then draw the knees back in, preparing for a simple twist. Knees go right. Head turns left. Surrendering the parts of your body that are touching the floor, just surrendering them down. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, drop your feet to the floor. Lift the hips, hop them back through center. And then off to the right, just a smidge. Knees come in and second side. Head turns right. Surrendering your body to the floor. Breathing smoothly. One more round of breath here. Inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Release the feet to the floor. Locate your block. And I'd like to bring your block, your arms to the short, thin edge of either side of the block. So the block is wide. And so your forearms are pinning that block. Flatten your shoulder blades onto the mat. So right between your heart and the mat, the shoulder blades are nice and flat. And then see, can you inhale and broaden your chest a little bit more while gently holding this block? You're moving your shoulders east and west, back of the skull, pressing into the mat as you gaze at the ceiling. And your elbows will be over your shoulders. So now your chest is broad and your upper back is broad. You might feel a nice stretch in the back of the neck as well. So this block is helping those forearms stay parallel. And then maybe you want to move the block a little further, like towards, so maybe it's hovering over your forehead. Keep the shoulder blades flat on the back. Keep the chest broad, the upper back broad. And there's a sense of broadness on the tops of the shoulders. Your feet are flexed. Just imagine like you're just standing here in mountain pose, but you're laying down. Let's take one more round of breath here, feeling the broadness in your chest. And then exhale, release. Move the block and place it on the floor. We'll roll over, coming on up through hands and knees. Exhale, sit back onto the heels, child's pose. But in this child's pose, I'd like you to really be active in your arms. So your elbows are straight, pressing the palms into the floor. It's almost like you have downward dog arms. It's okay if the shoulders come up towards the ears here. We're just reaching through the arms. Nice, a lot of strength in the arms here. And then let's walk the hands to the left of the mat, taking a little side bend, broad right side of the trunk. One more inhale here. Exhale, come back through center, and then second side, walking hands to the right. Inhale, left ribs, broaden. Maybe folding further on the exhale. Let's take another round of breath here. And then come on back through center, come on up through hands and knees. Tuck your toes, come into downward dog. You're welcome to pedal out your feet if that feels good, or maybe stillness feels really nice right now for this downward dog. Lift your hip creases towards the ceiling. As you exhale, releasing the heels closer to the mat. Let's take another round or two of breath here in downward dog, but keep your, slowly turn your head to the left. So you're gonna look at your left bicep. Hold this just for a round of breath. And then slowly turn your head to the right. Look at the right bicep. Head turning for one round of breath. And then come back through center. And slowly walk forward into a forward fold. Bend those knees and slowly roll up. Head's the last thing to come up. Mountain pose. Let's begin with a few half sun salutations. With an inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Gaze at those knees. On an inhale, half forward fold, Arta Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Uttanasana. Arms up, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Round of breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Maybe a little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, hands together. Anjali Mudra. One round of breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Arta Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, fold. Good. Moving through a variation of Sun Salutation, reach the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, fold forward and step your left foot back, coming into a high lunge. As you inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward dog. With an inhale, come into plank. You're welcome to bring your knees to the floor. Stay here for an exhale. One more inhale. And with an exhale, lower down your way, coming onto the belly. Walk the hands back so that they're in line with your chest. Elbows hug in, prepare for Cobra Pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. That was one. Let's do two more. We're going to turn our head in between each Cobra Pose. Inhale, lift. Cobra. Please use just the back muscles to lift yourself. This will be a baby Cobra. Exhale, side of the face to the mat. Next, inhale, using just the back muscles, lift the chest and the head. Exhale, make your way back to downward dog. Inhale, left leg back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step on through, prepare for high lunge, reach up as you inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step forward, forward fold. Half forward fold, inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Feel your breath. Exhale completely. Inhale, sweep up, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Arta Hanumanasana. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back. As you inhale, reach the arms up. High lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, downward dog. Inhale, come through plank, and we'll just move on to the belly on the exhale this time. Prepare for Cobra Pose. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, step it forward to a high lunge. The inhale, the arms are overhead. Exhale, hands to the floor, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, stand up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart, feel your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Half forward fold on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back. The inhale, high lunge, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor, downward dog. Inhale, come to plank. You're always welcome to come to hands and knees. Exhale, coming to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, step left foot forward, high lunge. Big reach as you inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step forward, forward fold. Half forward fold on an inhale. Fold on the exhale. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, palms together one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, step right foot back, high lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, downward dog. Inhale, plank or hands and knees. Exhale, belly. Inhale, cobra. Maybe you want to lift a little higher this time. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, step right foot forward for the high lunge as you inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach out and up overhead. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Feeling the breath. With an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, step your left foot back, preparing for warrior two. Cartwheel the hands up, arms up rather, bending that right knee. From here, let's interlace our fingers behind our back and then broaden the chest, right? And so the whole reason why we're binding behind our back is to move the heads of the shoulders from coming forward. We want to move them back. So
Maybe the elbows stay bent, totally cool. Just make sure your chest is open. And then gently release, come to side angle pose. Right arm, right hand to the floor, just gently tapping down on that top thigh. Gazing to your right foot. And keep gazing at your right foot. You're going to swing the left arm open, kind of rainbow it open, and then rotate that left palm down. Bring the back of the left hand to your low back. Move the head of the left shoulder back and see maybe you can feel a nice stretch in the left side of the neck. One more round of breath here. Inhale, come on up. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back to downward dog. Taking a few rounds of breath here. Staying open and present to the sensations of the neck, the arms, the breath. Good, you're welcome to stay in downward dog. If you'd like to come along with me into plank pose, moving down towards the floor for a back bend, feel free. With your exhale, you're coming down. With an inhale, lifting the chest, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg back and up, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Back heel lands, come to warrior two. Setting up the pose. Take a look at your feet, your foundation, make sure everything's all in alignment. And then you'll interlace the fingers and broaden the chest. Of course, if the hands aren't available, you always can just bring your hands to your hips and squeeze the elbows together. Take one more round of breath. Side angle pose. Left elbow to left thigh, maybe left hand to floor. Reaching right fingertips out of outer edge of right foot. And then turn your head to look at the left foot. Swing your right arm towards the back of the mat, palm facing down, and then bring the back of the hand to your low back. Drawing that right shoulder blade onto the back, moving the head of the right shoulder back. Maybe seeing how can you feel a healthy feeling stretch in the right side of the neck. Take one more round of breath here. With an inhale, come on up. And the exhale, rainbow those arms down. Frame the front foot, step forward, forward fold. Arta Hanumanasana, inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach those arms up. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Let your breath move. Exhale completely. With an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back behind you. Come on up into a warrior two. So in the warrior two, I like to have the feet about hips width distance wide. So instead of being like on a tightrope here, give your hips a little bit of space to square towards the front of the mat. Draw your tummy in nice and strong. And then inhale, reach those arms up overhead. On the exhale, you're going to bend the elbows, broaden the chest. Inhale, reach up. Keep moving with your breath. As you bend the elbows, the shoulder blades flatten on the back. As you inhale, you reach for the sky. Once more, inhaling. And exhale, elbows bend. Now, on the inhale, you're going to keep the elbows bent. The exhale, now you're going to bring the elbows and palms together. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, elbows and palms together. Stay strong in your legs. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, elbows, palms together. One more time. Inhale, open those arms. Exhale, elbows, palms together. Release the arms down. Roll the shoulders forward, up, and then back. And once again, you're going to interlace those fingers. Maybe the elbows straighten, maybe not, but keep that chest broad. Parshvottanasana. So you're going to straighten the front leg and hinge from the hip crease. Moving the knuckles of your fists towards the wall behind you. So both my legs are straight now. Really pressing those feet strongly into the mat. I'm getting a stretch behind the front leg, even though I'm really working the muscles too. If you can, lift the toes of your left foot and just press the ball of the left foot and the heel into the floor. I like to lift the toes. It just helps activate the muscles of the left leg a little bit more. If that's not available, don't worry about it. We'll take one more round of breath here in Parshvottanasana. And then exhale, bring the fingertips to the floor. And we'll just take a more passive Parshvottanasana breath here. So the blocks nearby, hopefully you could grab it if your arms are feeling a little bit short for this posture, no problem. Gazing at the knee, let your head go. On your next exhale, step back, downward dog. Pause here for a few rounds of breath, just noticing any differences in your body between the right and left leg. You're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to come to child's pose. You're also welcome to go through kind of a vinyasa. If you want to come into that plank, move down through the Cobra Pose. Your choice. We'll meet back in downward dog in about 2 or 3 more breaths. Once you're back in downward dog, an inhale will reach the right leg back and up behind you. The exhale, step the right foot forward, preparing for warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. Make sure your feet are about hips width distance, east and west on the mat. Squaring hips and shoulders to face the front of the mat, and then reaching those arms up. Anchoring down through that back heel. And then from here, we keep moving. So the exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, bend those elbows. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach. One more time, bend. One more time, inhale, reach. Oops, and then we're gonna bend one more time before we open and close the elbows. Okay, so from here, the exhale now, we're gonna elbows together, palms together in front of you. Inhale, swing the arms open.
Exhale, elbows and palms together, broad chest, broad upper back. Inhale, swing them open. Stay strong in those legs. Keep moving with the breath. Once more. Now, shoulder blades are flat on the back. Let's find our bind. And coming into Parsvanottanasana, straighten the leg, hinge from the hips. Maybe lifting the toes of the front foot, reaching the hips back in space, heart reaches towards the front of the mat. And remembering, so we're really extending our spine here, but also our neck is part of our spine. So like we're extending our neck out of our heart, we're extending our head out of the heart as well. Let's take about one more breath here. The next exhale, release your bind and just bring your fingertips to a block or the floor, folding over that front leg. Good, and then step your left foot forward, come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Feel your breath move. Good. Let's come on to our hands and knees on the mat. We're going to come into side plank. Now, I'm going to give you some variations. If your wrists are really sensitive, you're always welcome to come onto your fists. I will show you the more gentler plank pose first. From hands and knees, you're going to extend your left leg back behind you, land the back heel, and then you're going to reach that left arm up. So here I'm like real supported. Bottom knee is on the floor. Make sure that your right wrist is just a smidgen in front of the shoulder, right? So I'm not directly under. It pinches the wrist quite a bit. So if the load is like a little bit in front of the shoulder on the mat, might feel a bit more comfortable. Spread those fingers. Or of course, you're going to do regular old side plank, and we're going to be here for 5 breaths. Just notice what's going on in your mind right now. What kind of internal dialogue? I think that's about 5 breaths. Go ahead and bring the left hand to the floor. Good. And then sit back on the heels. And just notice, hands can rest on the thighs. Notice the sensations of your body, the sensations of your arms. Any internal dialogue right now? Good. And then we'll go to the other side and I encourage you just to stay curious, open, and aware. What kind of thoughts come up as you go through these poses? No right answer, of course. Okay, so you're going to extend your right leg back behind you now. Swing the right heel to the floor. My left foot is going to kind of kick off the mat a little bit if I want to do the supported plank pose. Okay, now you're here, just check it out. How's the wrist feel? Maybe you need to hop that left hand a little closer towards the top of the mat so that the angle of the bend in your wrist isn't so deep. And you do want to load the weight of your body throughout the entire left palm. So not just the heel of the hand, the base of the fingers and the pads as well. Maybe you want to do regular old plank, side plank that is, and we'll be here for 5 breaths.
Good. And then right hand to the floor. Sit back on the heels. Hands to thighs. Feel your breath. Okay, come on up to stand on your knees. Please feel free to double up your mat or grab a blanket or something. We're going to be on our knees. Have your block nearby. And then I'd like you to step your left foot forward. I'm going to come into a crescent, a low lunge here. The top of your back foot's on the floor. Square those hips and shoulders to face the front of the mat. And then once again, we're going to hold the block with our forearms, palms facing. Now I'd like you to imagine like someone's in front of you. I don't know, you're going to offer them this block. So push the block forward, but try to keep the elbows somewhat either in line with the shoulders or just, they can be a little bit below the shoulders, but around shoulder height, the elbows rather. Squeezing the block gently. And then from here, kick your back foot into the floor, tummy's in, and lift your heart a little bit further away from the navel. Maybe so much so that there's nowhere else to go, but maybe back a little bit. You're going into a little bit of back bend. Shoulders are moving east and west away from each other. So the upper back is broad and the chest is broad. And it's not like your scapula are winging off the back, but rather they're just more spacious away from each other. They're kind of coming apart, but they're flat still on the back. Can you kick your back foot into the floor a little bit more? Can you pull your tummy in a little bit more? Breathe nice and slow here. Good. Go ahead and come on out of it. Come into Arta Hanumanasana. You're going to walk your right foot forward. Peel back on the toes. Folding over that front leg. Press your front heel into the mat. So you're getting a stretch, but you're working that front leg. Just inquire, does it feel like your right hip is level with your left? It wouldn't be uncommon for the right hip to try to get higher. If you feel like it is, please wrap it down. Leveling out the hips. And then you're going to bring your left hand either to a block or the left edge of the mat. I can keep my left hand on the mat, but I kind of like to use a block. I feel like it feels more spacious. You're going to bring your right hand to your hip and draw the right shoulder onto the back, leaning the head and heart away from your straightened leg. Leaning them back a little bit. And then reaching the right arm towards the sky. So now hopefully you're feeling a bit more of a stretch in the IT band area. Outer right hip, the outer right waist. And then just rolling the right wrist, rolling it both directions, maybe wiggling the finger, creating maybe a little bit more spaciousness in that wrist. Good, and then circle back down. You're gonna drag that right foot back. Sit back on the heels, feel the breath. Noticing left and right side of the body, right and left side. And then let's do the second side. So kind of a crescent lunge. I like to kind of think about this pose as it's almost like half of a camel pose, but we're doing some fun things with the arms, right? This is fun. Okay, so you step your left foot forward, top of the back foot's on the mat, squaring hips and shoulders to face the front edge of the mat. I'm kicking my back foot down, down, down. It's nice, it kind of takes a little weight off the knees too. And then find your block. Palms facing you, your face. elbows in line with shoulders or maybe just slightly below if needed. Gently hold the block as you move your shoulders east and west away from your heart. Somewhat flattening the scapula on the back, but they're still kind of slightly moving away from each other because your tummy is drawing in and you're lifting your heart vertically away from the navel. If your head feels like it's jutting forward, please draw your head a little back in space. Soften your tongue, soften your eyes. And then here, maybe lifting your heart away from your belly button so much that you go back a little bit. Keep pressing that back foot into the floor. Feel your breath. Broad chest, broad upper back, tops of the shoulders long. Feeling your glutes work. One more round. And then release. Moving into our Hanumanasana, you're going to walk your left foot forward, peel the toes back. Stretching out the back of the left leg as you gently press that left heel into the floor. Stay with the sensations of your body. If, everyone's right and left leg are a little different. If you feel like this leg is a little bit tighter, please stay in the forward fold for a few more breaths before moving into the twist. Or if you're ready to move into the twist, you'll bring your right hand to the floor or maybe a block if you like a little bit more space like I do. Left hand onto the hip. You want to make sure those hips are level. That's how we're going to get the most juice out of this pose. Press that heel down, wrapping that left hip down, leaning head and heart away from our straightened leg. And then reaching left arm towards the sky as we roll the left wrist, maybe wiggling the fingers. If this pose feels good at all, give yourself complete permission to enjoy what is feeling good right now, what feels nice. Taking about one more round of breath here. Good, and then both hands to the floor, both knees to the mat. Sit back on the heels for a moment and just notice. Sage twist. Okay, so from here, you're just gonna lean onto that right hip, boom. The bottom, the arch of the bottom foot is gonna cradle the shin of the top leg. That's your left shin is being cradled by your bottom foot. And now you'll notice my knees aren't stacked. They're kind of apart. They've slid apart just a few handful of inches here. And then get as tall as you can. So tummy's drawing in, lift your heart vertically, head vertically away from the waist. And then walking your right hand back behind you, any amount, back of the left hand comes to the outside of the right knee, or the top of the right knee rather. And then from here, you're rotating heart to the right, lifting heart. And then here comes the icing on the cake. You're going to turn your head to the left. Even though your heart's going right, your head's turning left. And then you're going to look at your left knee. Draw your chin slightly towards your throat. And it's the action of moving your right shoulder the head of the right shoulder back and the head turning away from that right shoulder, that will hopefully help connect the lovely stretch from the right side body all the way up to the right neck. Almost maybe even you're trying to like bring your nose towards your left shoulder. Soften your forehead, soften your brow. Exhale completely here. Inhale, slowly come out. Moving back in to Vajrasana, just having a seat on the heels for a moment, noticing left and right, right and left. And then leaning to the left hip. Now your top shin is cradled by your bottom arch of the foot, right? Your knees are slightly apart. Get nice and tall. Inhale, lift and lengthen the heart. And then once your spine is as vertical as it feels like it's going to get, you're going to creep that left hand back behind you to help rotate the heart to the left, back of the right hand to the top of your left knee. Using that right arm like a lever. Heart goes left. Head now starts to turn to the right. Looking over right shoulder. And then start to draw the chin towards the throat. And your left arm, that's the one you're kind of leaning on potentially. I'd like you not to kind of collapse into it. Instead, lift your heart up out of it, out of that left shoulder. So this pose, you're getting that stretch on the left side of the body, left neck, but also the tops of the shoulders are moving away from the ears. The lever of your right arm is helping the right shoulder come down, and the left arm, you're lifting up out of that left arm so the left shoulder comes down away from that ear. A few more rounds of breath here. Good, and then slowly come on out of it. Back to Virasana. Back to Vajrasana. Okay, Janusz Asana. So go ahead and kick your right leg forward. Sole of left foot to inner right thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over right leg. I'd like you to do your best to reach your heart towards that right foot. Often, some things that can happen here is we get real excited about holding the foot or how far the arms go down the legs. And because of that, the background, maybe if the hamstrings are real tight. So I encourage you to be less concerned about how close your hands get to your feet, but instead more concerned about how close can you get the front of your pelvis to rest into the right thigh. And how broad can you get your chest? So think of like you're in a back bend, even though you're folding forward. Sometimes that means we need to sit on a blanket as we come into this posture. Let your head, let your neck relax, gaze at your right knee. Take one more round of breath here. And inhale and come on up.
Second side. Rotating head and heart to face that left foot. Inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale with a broad chest, fold over the left leg. Trying to get your heart to reach your left foot. So, again, more concerned about keeping the chest broad here, deepening your left hip crease. If you notice your spine is really, really rounding, just sit up on a blanket or something. That's going to help you kind of tilt towards the chest. The left toes are peeling back towards the knee. Gazing at your knee. Let's take about 3 more rounds of breath here. Great, come on up. Come on to your back. Drawing your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. And then drop the feet to the floor. Pop your hips to the left. Once again, a simple twist, knees in and off to the right. You can rest your right hand on top of the top thigh as you turn your head to look over left hand. Surrendering your body to the floor. Exhale, come back through center. Drop the feet to the floor, hips hop to the right, and then knees into chest, off to the left. Twisting, second side. On your next exhale, come back through center, preparing for relaxation pose, extending the legs long on the mat. You're always welcome to just sit up and meditate if you like, if you prefer sitting better. Please give yourself a little bit of time to integrate all the movements that we did today. If you're doing relaxation pose, scan through your body and just notice what muscles are working right now. And extend a sincere invitation to invite these muscles not to work anymore. No more effort is needed. Sinking into the floor, sinking into this ease, sinking into the quiet. Ensure your belly is soft, face, jaw, glutes, legs are heavy. Shavasana. Deepen your breath. Wiggling your fingers and toes if you took Shavasana, and then slowly drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a big hug, perhaps extending some gratitude towards yourself for practicing today. And then rolling to one side, coming on up slowly to a comfortable seat of your choice. Bringing your palms together in front of your heart. Just noticing how you're feeling. And if you were able to cultivate any benefits from your yoga practice today, I invite you to think of someone special you'd like to dedicate your practice to today. Like imagine that you could send them any benefits that you received from your practice. You could gift them these benefits. Who would it be? See them clearly. And then we'll send out this goodness on an exhale. Take a big breath in, send it out. See them smiling wherever they are, feeling good. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.